Hello, one and all. Welcome to part 26 of the Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, ladies.
Are you sure it's 26?
Welcome to R26.
Our 26 in hell.
Lovely 26.
So what happens today, bro?
Okay, well today we're going to pick up where we left off from last part, which unfortunately was not last Sunday, as a lot of you figured it out, because I've been busy helping partake in the Nintendo Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, which by the time of this uploading is just about finished, but we still have a few more games left over here and there, so if you want to head along to Hellfire Com's Twitch page and spare some money if you have any, we appreciate it. In the meantime, we're back to regular schedule with Final Fantasy VI on the weekends.
On a special note on Nintendo-thon, if there's actually 9,000 pounds of Rosie stuff for the sake of the charity, Johnny will play Super Mario Sunshine 100%.
Yes, as for the incentive block.
Which is going to happen sometime, which is going to happen before this part goes up.
Yeah, most likely it already happened. But, you know, never could be too safe.
Right.
But, anyway, when you rescue Cyan, or not rescue, but recruit Cyan back at the party, he mentions that he ran into Sir Gao while on his journey.
So Mr. Thao and Gao were on the Veldt one day.
Yes.
Thao and Gao.
How do you recruit Gao again?
It's same way he did before.
Yeah. This is the same as always. It's like he never left. You know, just make sure you have 3 or less people in your party, and he'll show up after a random encounter.
So basically, everybody else went off to go combat their own demons, and Gao just went home.
Well, Gao said he gets stronger at the Veldt. I think that's it. It's like he got sidetracked and decided, what was I doing again? Oh, right, monster hunting.
Duncan?
Yeah, so there is this patch of forest to the right of Narshe. It's set in a cross formation. You're given a hint that Duncan is still alive, thanks to Duncan's wife, and that he lives somewhere near Narshe. So you have to, enter the cross patch of forest. And here it is. A palette swap of Bannon is Duncan.
Son of a bitch.
Or maybe Bannon was Duncan all along.
So what, Bannon had amnesia?
Yeah, he was secretly a kung fu master the entire time.
That explains why the hell he couldn't do anything. That explains why the hell he couldn't do anything but heal us.
Yeah, so when he's an amnesiac, he is an oracle. When at full powered.
What the fuck was that?
Kung fu master.
Could have fooled me. Where's the suplexes?
No, we are beyond suplexes at this point. We have transcended air blades, pummels, aura bolts.
You never transcended aura bolt. Fuck that noise.
No, I think it's the only thing we haven't really transcended is Spiraler, which Sabin is yet to learn. But then again, I'm not in any real rush because Sabin wants to live.
In theory.
So, our final technique, Blitz.
The bum rush?
The bum rush.
That's fucking Street Fighting as you could get.
Oh, Duncan, you called it the bum rush.
Yeah, what a name.
Advanced translation is known as Phantom Rush, which makes more sense given the look of the attack, but whatever. Bum rush. Prepare thy bums.
Prepare thy bums for a rushing. Good lord, that's terrible.
What a rush.
In reality, a bum rush is just basically going up to somebody beating the fuck out of them. Cave at the Veldt.
Looks like Duncan is doing just fine. If you exit the house and then come back to the house, he'll mention that he coughs a bit and mentions that he's just fine. Sometimes you can also find him doing karate little hops, which is pretty cute.
Unless that's a sign of him going insane.
So anyway, the Cave of the Veldt, which replaces Crescent Mountain from the World of Balance, actually has random encounters in it, and by that a grand total of 2. 95% of the time, you're going to run into this Toe Cutter.
Ugh, it's just think you're wearing shoes.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, these are what you're going to be running into 95% of the time. The other encounter, I believe, is Rios, which is a pilot swap with a Chimera enemy.
Right.
Very rare, can potentially be dangerous given how many attacks it has, but spoiler warning, we're not running into it during this adventure. I did run into it on my revisit to this place because I figured I'd try to show it off, and the battle ended up not being very interesting. He didn't even do anything.
He didn't do anything?
No, it's like he didn't do anything. And I looked up the attack script, and I think 33% of the time it can choose to do nothing. And I'm guessing I just got lucky enough so that 33% of the time it chose nothing all the time. That doesn't make any sense.
The heads had a big disagreement with themselves.
Yeah, they were bickering.
Yeah, they're like bickering in-laws with each other.
I want to fight the meathead. I want to fight the old one.
I want to eat the girl. You always want to eat the girl.
There is no girl.
So the giant Woogles. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Indeed. What the hell is this thing?
This is an undead beast of a undead dinosaur. I don't know.
It looks like half giant, half dinosaur or some shit.
Well, it is undead, so Saban's dragon claws are going to be doing double the damage, and he has 2 of them on, and with a Genji glove, and yeah.
But then again, you could just throw a fireball and let that be it.
Absolutely.
You got a pair of Tiger Fangs.
Tiger Fangs, pretty strong claw for Saban. Let's put that on right now. We're going to lose 1/2 of our holy properties. Whatever. We're powerful now. But Saban, it's not so much about elemental advantages, it's more about just beating the shit out of your opponent as fast as you humanly can.
I imagine that's what went through Saban's mind when he went to go train Vargas instead of being a king.
Yeah.
I could be royal, but if somebody gives me the stick guy, I want to knock him the fuck out.
What if we...
I don't want to be bound to that.
Edgar, hear me out. What if we punched our opposition?
Saban, you always want to punch the opposition. Can you let that shit go? And you're using Cyan for healing?
Democracy is for the weak.
See Kefka. Hey, you got a striker.
Yeah, I'm using Cyan for healing because it's like petty healing. Save Realms MP for boss fights or just regular fights. Again, the only thing you're really fighting here are toe cutters. Yep. If you happen to run into Rios like during your first trip, consider yourself lucky because that is a very rare encounter.
I saw a shadow on the ground.
No, I saw a ninja.
How many ninjas do we know in this world?
We know the ninjas on the floating continent.
How many ninjas do we know that have actual sprites? Overworld sprites.
There was the ninja inside the sealed gate.
Yeah, but he used a bandit sprite. We're talking a ninja sprite.
They did have a sprite. You didn't classify what sprite. You said a sprite.
Fuck me, I'm wrong. But that's surely ain't what I saw. See?
This floor is comfy.
Concrete.
Look at those wounds. How? He's covered in fucking ninja gear. Oh, hello. Is this your shadow?
Oh!
Boss battle time. Senior Behemoth.
I thought Super Behemoth would be good, but Senior Behemoth, whatever.
Also known as the Behemoth King.
Right.
So anyway, this guy likes to cast Holy.
And holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit. It also knows Meteor.
Is that a dying attack?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's so much dying attack, more like it just needs to decide to do it. I looked at the algorithm, and I think it was like 33% chance after doing a certain attack. But, you know, throughout my entire playthroughs, I've never seen him use Meteor. Once. It's always Pearl, Holy, or it does attacks. If it notices someone with a Reflect status on, it will counter with something called Devil Claw, which gets rid of the Reflect status.
So basically, it's got an anti-status debuff.
Yeah, because it wants to make sure it's hitting you with its powerful magic.
Oof.
Because Holy and Ice 3 can be reflected.
Ice 3 just had Saban take a nap.
Yeah, Saban's just gonna take a nap. He's fine.
He was holding up a house earlier.
That fight with Aloe Vera took everything out of him. It's just gonna stare at the stars for a little bit.
What stars? You're in a cave.
They're very glittery caves.
The rhinestone cave?
Yeah. So anyway, you notice here that I have Gao equipped with the Offering Relic that allows you to attack 4 times. Paired with Gao's Stray Cat Rage. Oh wait, by the way, I love this. Pay attention to Saban. There you go. Gao's Stray Cat Rage ignores the damage debuff from Offering. So you can do 1,000 damage 4 times.
If he does it.
There was something I wanted to show off during this Cave in the Veldt sequence, and that was Wind God Gao, which, to break it down, requires you to bet an Imp Halberd that you win from a Tyrannosaurus fight in the Dinosaur Forest, which I did. I fought like 8 fucking Tyrannosaurus, resetting the game every time I went through 3 of them because I didn't want to overlevel myself. And I didn't get a single goddamn Imp Halberd. And I looked up the drop rate for that son of a bitch, and it's 100%. Not one goddamn Imp Halberd.
Ah, I see the recorded curse spreads far, my friend. By the by, the Senior Behemoth and Behemoth battle there's a kind of a small homage to it in terms of context in Parasite Eve 2. You fight the giant gray snow chaser. You kill it with Aya. Then it comes back as an undead form. Similar to what we just saw there.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. It's not the fact that we fought two behemoths, it's that we fought the same behemoth, but he came back from the dead. By the way, you may have noticed.
He really hated you.
Yeah, he really did. He's unsent.
Son of a bitch.
We didn't do a sending dance because our dancer is Shadow, and he was on the floor. But anyway, you may have noticed after we rescued Shadow, the text box says we can't do anything for her here. That's actually a bit of a bug. If you fail to rescue Shadow in the floating continent, this is where you find Realm.
Right.
In the cave of the Veldt. And after you rescue her here, then you have to go to Owzer's house and do that painting thing with Chatternook and all that shit. But since we did rescue Shadow, we find him here instead. But they didn't bother changing the text boxes.
So here we see Shadow being a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, he's oh, we don't even know if that's Shadow or not, though. Maybe Shadow's father.
Or Shadow.
Yeah. He calls it Claude.
Claude. Shadow. Do you think everybody just tickled his nose with the whipped cream in his hand?
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Interceptor attack.
The Interceptor just doesn't do that and just chomps your nuts off.
Yeah. Worry not, 'tis but a scratch. A really big scratch that travels from the neck to the ass.
Damn!
The Behemoth King was pretty big.
Don't worry about me, I'm just missing 3 fingers.
The Mazda seems to be doing just fine, even still has his town theme intact. Oh, we noticed to the north of Thamaza, see it's a small island surfaced. Must be nothing.
Zion needed a nap after all that.
Absolutely. Especially after the dreamscape sequence.
Oh, Christ.
Ugh, yeah, let's just talk about that for a second. One thing that I was trying to do in between parts, after I got Gao back on my party, was to do some rage grinding again. After all, you got a slew of new encounters to rage against for Gao, and one of them that I was looking for was I.O., one of the encounters you can find in the dreamscape that I fought in the Magic Armored in Sion sequence. Never found it. 2 hours, fucking 2 hours, just running around the Veldt, not doing shit. Didn't find a goddamn thing. Why?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to learn the I.O. rage. Hey,
Shadow Chupon?
Are you Shadow or Chupon?
What if it's a Shadow Coupon?
Good for what? He's floating! Why is he floating? I'm a ghost. Ow.
That's it? Does Shadow's health match whatever you got?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Shadow walked out of the deathbed and then went to the Coliseum to fight.
All he knows how to do is fight. So yeah, if you bet the item you found in the cave in the Veldt, which is the striker weapon, which is a weapon for Shadow, you fight him. And once you fight him, you recruit him. So yeah, Shadow is now permanently ours. He doesn't run away, he doesn't cost skill to use or anything like. Yeah, he sounds like Yojimbo when I put it that way.
What does he sound like?
Sounds like Yojimbo when I put it that way.
Oh Christ.
But now we're gonna get some backstory from Shadow. If you have Shadow in your party, when you rest at the end, sometimes you'll have a dream. Well, nightmare in Shadow's case. And can I just say, I'm repeating what I said in Brain Scratch. This scene right here terrified the fuck out of me.
Would it be the bass?
Would it be? It's the sound.
Right, the bass.
It's the utter lack of nothing. The sound effect in the background, which is the same they use for like Demi and all that shit.
And Baram here apparently missing an eyeball.
You know, that thing appearing out of nowhere. The sound effect that accompanies it, because it's so ear piercing.
Right.
And it's like, I was, 8 years old when I first played this game? Just resting at the end with my ninja because he's a ninja.
He's a ninja, ergo you need to sleep with him in the bedroom?
No, I was like, I had Shadow in my party after I recruited him because I love Shadow.
Alright.
I love throwing shurikens at him. You know, I sleep with the bed, this fucking appears, and I was like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, oh, I fucked up. But yeah, what I'm doing here right now, as I did in the Brain Scratch playthrough, is that I'm editing all the dream sequences together. Because the first dream ends after that supposed ghoul just disappears. Mm-hmm. So now we get the second dream, where apparently this Clad guy had a partner named Barum, and they were train robbers.
Right.
They managed to steal 1 million GP.
And then cool. Barum got shanked for his efforts.
Yeah, Barum, unfortunately, suffered a mortal wound, but he's not entirely dead yet. He wanted Clyde to finish the job, but Clyde cannot do so. Got cold feet at the last second.
Right.
This is all with Woosley's like translation, no censorship here needed.
Right.
It's actually really awesome how through implication they managed to
Convey with just sprites and stuff like this alone.
absolutely.
Are you shaking? How can you tell? I'm lying down. Clyde?
I know what the background is.
Yeah.
This is where
You washed up
you
after
washed
the
up in Barren Falls. But the fact that, the sprites are still,
Yeah.
just, I think, really emphasizes the dreamlike quality of it, which is terrifying.
That as well. Quite frankly, with enough of an outtone, we kind of get an idea of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And this is the final dream sequence.
Stay with me now?
Stay with me. I think he's, like, woozy or maybe on the verge of dying. He's exhausted. He's asked where he's hiding. She says a small village called Thamat, and I'm guessing she's, like, her speech putters out after that.
More like Shadow probably just zoned out a bit when he was like, Thamoa.
Yeah, Thama. Thama?
So that's pretty much Shadow in a nutshell.
Yeah, and if you put all the pieces together from those dream sequences, combined with the first dream sequence that you got as early as, I want to say, the World of Balance, then you get the idea, where if it's not outright stated already, that Shadow is actually Realm's father.
Right.
Which
is why Interceptor kind of doesn't want to chomp her.
Yeah, it's why Interceptor likes Realm. And another fact, if you fail to rescue Shadow in the floating continent, Interceptor will now go to Realm.
Right, and she gains the Interceptor status.
Yeah, she gains the Interceptor status. I like that. I really do.
It's a great touch.
Yeah. So, the aged man managed to survive the apocalypse, then again, who didn't?
Who the hell is that? Oh!
Yeah, so through very little text boxes in the World of Balance, you're told that a guy ditched a child in the Veldt after the mother passed. And there's no one else that kind of fits the bill other than the crazy old kook.
There's like 800 crazy old kooks in the damn world.
But only this one has his own house. So Sabin, which by the way, I think you need Sabin in your party for it to trigger.
I would think so too, otherwise nobody else could really...
Sabin is the only one that really interacts with Gao in this part.
You're trying to housebreak Gao?
Yes, I'm trying to train him. I think toilet training is the first thing to do.
What do you think... Do you really think, like, they... Oh my god. I really like to see they're trying to bring Gao back to the normal world.
Well, I wouldn't say bring back, just try and introduce him.
Meanwhile, Shadow's sitting down having a drink.
Yeah.
Or is he clipping through
He's
the chair?
Clipping through the chair. Shadow's gonna be doing a lot of things over this cutscene. He's clipping through a chair right here, and I think earlier he was taking a nap. I was like, these motherfuckers. It was like Sabin's trying to outfit Gao with an aerobics outfit. And Setzer completely these fucking infants.
And Setzer's like flipping a coin.
He's like, just give him a suit like mine.
His father already don't want him. What do you think this is gonna do? He looks classy though.
He does look classy.
And then he goes and pisses on the carpet.
Yeah.
Damn it, boy!
And it scratches his ear with his feet.
Rips the tail on this pants of the bean farm.
Now, this is something I just figured out this playthrough. I didn't recruit Locke yet. And apparently, the aged man gives you a little more clarification on the location of the Phoenix Cave.
Right.
I don't understand the relevance. Because it was the Imperial Trooper that tells you to talk to the Emperor twice. That means the painting. And the painting gives you the location of the Phoenix Cave. But this guy clarifies that. And I don't understand the correlation.
To remind the player?
I guess. What a weird time, though, because this is, like, all optional in the first place. Why would Locke's side quest tie with Gao's optional story piece? Like, I was taking a guess. I was like, I don't remember that. But, yeah, Sabin really wants the old man to realize that the wild boy to my left that's in a dapper fucking suit is his long-lost son, the one that he ditched in the Veldt. Huh. The old man, of course, though, is not entirely up there. Well, I mean, the engine's running, but there's no one behind the wheel.
The wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead.
Yeah.
So basically, Gao meets his father, who's gone senile over the world ending and all. Can't blame him on that one.
That wouldn't even say the world ending. That guy's been kooky since the World of Balance.
Oh, Christ.
Remember, he's thinking we're the repairman. Nothing needs to be repaired. And the fact that the old man doesn't seem to recognize or care that his son's alive and rages Saban. But Gal, I think
Gal lived. Gal lived with his. Gal can now go back home with his true parents. A Rios and a bomb.
Yeah.
Quite a temper on the bomb, though.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. The bomb is quite. Time of the month. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're going to hell. Anyway, so what brings us over here today, Johnny?
Hey, Triangle Island also survived the apocalypse. Well, I mean, it lost a bit of its mountainside.
Also seems to have no intangers.
No intangers. They're gone. Oh, they're in the Veldt now. They migrated to the Veldt.
Wait.
The only encounters we're gonna have here are these worms, zone eaters. So why are we fighting this thing? Well, no, it's not because of cold dust. I can care less about its Altoid's fused breath.
I imagine it just saying you must be frozen with its mouth. Whoa, you're being eaten.
Engulf.
It swallowed a dong.
Yeah.
The giant vagina worm swallowed dogs.
You like swallowing dongs, don't you? Zone eater.
God Almighty.
Anyway, it has an attack.
Zone eater is like sounds like a name for a vagina with no tread left on the wheel.
Yeah. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh, Christ Almighty.
Yeah. So yeah. The Zone Eater only has one real attack, and that's in quotes, and that's engulf. No, Rum, you cannot run away. You cannot face.
Were you doing that to make it more theatric?
Yeah.
I like that.
I guess so. But, yeah. So, actually, if you let the Zone Eater engulf all 4 of your party members or the entire team, you're actually transported to a secret dungeon.
Quite frankly, I would have liked it a bit more if, it looked like a womb level.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what is this thing eating?
I don't know.
A tuber toad and a 4-armed warrior.
A 4-armed warrior, it's also a zombie, because it just like zombite like 3 times in a row.
It's a zombie? Ow!
I always took it like that. Otherwise, why would it have an attack called zombite? A guy with 4 fucking swords at disposal, and he'd attack with his teeth.
He's a dirty fighter.
And even then, how is he biting me? Look at his face. He has a mask on.
He can remove the mask.
But his arms are occupied.
Fuck, I don't know.
Alright, so, just to go to Umaro here, or Dongs, because this is the first time I'm really showing him off. Umaro is this game's berserker. You can't control him.
Nope.
The only thing he does is physical attacks. You can't alter his equipment. He is pre-equipped with a snow scarf, though, which is one of the best defensive equipment in the game. And he has a bone club on as a regular attack weapon.
What's up with the Irishman?
I don't understand who these guys are. But I do know that if you get too close to them, they push you off the bridge. You fall down to the lower level, there's 2 treasure chests, and you gotta do this part over again.
Anything good down there?
2 items, red jacket, and I believe an ether. We're gonna find out what they are eventually anyway. But Umaro, you can't change his equipment, but you can give him relics. And there are 2 relics exclusive to Umaro. One is the Blizzard Orb, which I don't have yet.
Which gives him a snowstorm all attack.
Pretty much. And then there's the Rage Ring.
Which turns people into enemies like basketballs.
Yeah, instead of like doing regular Bone Club attacks, he'll just straight up fucking throw people at enemies. Which is hilarious to look at. In fact, that's what happened when he was in a zombie state. And sometimes he'll throw himself.
He'll throw himself?
He'll throw himself. Like, he'll start from his initial position and just jump right at the enemy.
I imagine a Cannonballs thing, like him just go...
Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly.
It would terrify me, so the Yeti throwing himself, that would be some better shit to see.
Had a Sasquatch be thrown at you?
Fuck. Tap dancer to covert. Oh my god, ninjas.
We got red ninjas. Coverts are pretty much just a beefier. Yeah, fuck you. I threw a girl at you. I was sure. Waist shake. They just straight up called that booty shake in the advanced translation.
I like that.
Yeah.
Zap!
Zappity zap. Okay, good. Only Mog suffer from that.
So what are you trying to do here?
Oh no, I'm just attacking with Mog with dancing. I figured I'd bring Dongs and Mog to the party because they're the only 2 characters I haven't yet to show off.
Oh, the fire schemes. Oh,
yeah, I got coverts are just stronger ninjas, pretty much. And they wear red. I don't know.
Good thing the skeins don't power up between now and then.
No, because they are items. So I doubt I don't know.
Tara got pissed.
Yeah, I don't know what the damage multiplier on that is. Yeah, you picked the bad time to do booty shake, baby.
Exactly. Shake that moneymaker somewhere else.
Meanwhile, the Zone Eater outside is terrified that his insides look like a fucking mountainside.
Yeah, I know. That was like I just said earlier. That's the one thing I think they messed up with. They should have like just given make it a womb level. Although, I see what you actually said. I'm sorry. Like I thought you were talking about the interior of the level. I didn't realize the Zone Eater just had a big terrain change.
Yeah, but You know, it's a good point. It should have. It makes us. It doesn't make any sense that this is like caverns. You know, because even Monstro in Kingdom Hearts looked more organic than this.
Right.
This is a fucking inside of a mountain.
Full with Irishmen.
Again, I don't know who these guys are supposed to be.
There's a fighting Irish lad.
Yeah, but what are fighting Irish just doing inside a Zone Eater?
They hit him too.
I know, but why did they push me off? That's not my fucking fault.
It's one of those petty issues.
Petty issues.
It is pettiness. You'd be surprised how far pettiness goes in terms of a motivation. I got eaten. I hate life. Fuck you. I'm gonna push you off and make you suffer like I did.
Well, it's a good thing they don't really care about the treasure chest in that case. Then again, what are they gonna do with the red jacket? Their green one seems to be just fine.
The green one's dapper. I wish you had a green one.
I don't know. It's kind of obnoxious.
Final Fantasy 6 Irish DLC.
Yeah. Irishman for a playable character.
Smash 4?
This one is a little trickier to get, but this is fake mustache. Mustache. That's for Realm. Changes sketch to control.
I have this image out. Does it come with the goofy gag glasses too, like in Persona 4?
Like Groucho Marx or something?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah. No, but that's funny in a picture. By the way, I just want to give a special shout out to like the fan art that this playthrough has
received. I love it.
And we gotta say, you guys are doing a phenomenal job with that one. If you have a fan art to share, and you got a Twitter, because it's easier to do with Twitter. You can use the hashtag like SGBFF6, the numerical 6, and maybe we can share it with the audience because we've been getting some pretty cool entries here and there.
I agree. I love them. So in the meanwhile, you just had a collapsing ceiling kind of hybrid. Is the third chest like? Is the third chest like something you got to get and run?
Yes, there is a safety spot near it, but most of the time I just gun it. And that is instant kill if it lands on you. It's like one of the only instances in the game where outside elements can instantly kill you.
Oh.
Most of the time hazards usually came in the form of spikes, which is drained HP.
Or lava, which didn't kill you surprisingly.
Yeah, the lava just resets you. The ceiling, though, I was like, that ceiling fell on you. Did you not see it?
Who's the geezer in gold?
Shrouded in odd clothing. Is this a man? A woman? Or should we ask?
On the sprite it looks like he's a lemon head.
You're not gonna lie. When I first played this game, I didn't see the eyes. Right here. I
saw them.
I thought he had just an orange head. It was like, wow, this guy looks weird. No, but this reference was lost on me when I first played Final Fantasy VI. But now that I played Final Fantasy V, I now realize this is an homage to that game. This is Go-Go.
Right, but wasn't Go-Go a prick in Final Fantasy V?
Go-Go was, famed to mimic Go-Go from Final Fantasy V, was an optional boss fight that you fought in the sunken tower of, what was it? It started with the Walrus Tower. No, that's
the Water Tower.
The Water Tower, yeah. And you fought him to get the Mimed Relic, or the Mimed Job. And it's not outright stated, but a lot of people think it's the same Go-Go. I thought it's the same Go-Go, but definitely a shout out to him.
Right.
But we can go more into Go-Go later down the road.
I think we'll have to in the next part.
Alrighty then.
See you then.